Now, everybody, we back, but we've been having a little difficulties, a little trouble here, but we actually got Diamond Jim on the phone here with us. Diamond Jim, let's see, we getting our viewers pop back up there.
Good deal.
All right, let's see. All right, that's Diamond Jim right there, everybody.
Right, Dave, that ain't scary looking. Nothing is.
So
that's funny.
Yeah, we got Diamond Jim on here with us. Hey, Diamond Jim, tell us a little bit about the book you wrote.
Well, I've always been interested in ghost stories from up here in the mountains, and I always loved listening to getting the old folks tell me stories when they was kids. Well, I finally got the idea here a couple of years ago. I wanted to start collecting all these stories before they got lost, and they've never been published. So I finally got off my butt, and here about a year and a half ago, I've got my first book published of local ghost stories, and it's been doing really well so far. We've got people wanting to asking me for them a lot, and my publisher's already got me working on a second one, so I'm happy. I guess the first one done all right, and I'm gathering the stories up for the second one now.
Yep.
What's the name of it, Jim?
Well, when I wrote the first book, my idea was I was going to call it The Haunted Salt Works and have a picture of the town from the overlook, on a rainy, dreary-looking day. When it come out, she put my picture over top of it and called it Haunting Tales of Jim Boardwine, Mountain Man. I guess she thought my picture made it look scarier or something. I
don't know. And what was the name of it again?
The Haunting Tales of Jim Boardwine, Mountain Man. Yeah, it's a mouthful, I know.
And so you working on your second one now?
Yes, sir. I'm gathering up stories even as we speak. And I picked up some dang good this time. I'm really looking forward to getting them all put into print.
Yeah, I can't wait to get you with us one time and have you on a show with us.
Well, I'm working on getting a couple of sites up here, getting permission for y'all to hunt them that I've done some research on and got some stories out of. So hopefully I'll hear something back about that here in the next little bit.
Is your book on Amazon?
It is.
It is.
In fact, I got my first royalty check from Amazon here recently. I thought it was funny.
Awesome.
And you've been on TV on a couple different shows, ain't you, Jim?
Yes, sir. The last couple things I've done was I was on a couple episodes of Mountain Men on the History Channel, and we did one episode for the cooking channel called Food Factor Fiction, and that episode was dealing with salt during the Civil War. And then there used to be a show called Civil War Journal on the History Channel. I'd show up on every now and then.
I'm trying to hold this phone here, and it's kind of...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't get mine to work for some reason. But I'm done with a stick on this stuff. I tell people they're dragging me kicking and screaming into the 20th century anyway. So.
Yeah, Crystal said, awesome getting your book. She's getting it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Crystal. And the last thing, some people might get a kick out of this, the last thing that I've worked on that people will be able to see here before the end of summer is a new movie called Salvage Yard Shine Boys. It's produced by Chris Hansel, who was a cast member on the Dukes of Hazzard. And me and my son went down to Texas in March, worked on it, and they hired me to be a moonshiner on that movie. Can you believe that?
I can't believe that.
I don't know how they picked me out for a role like that, but anyway, that's what I am in the movie. So.
You ain't going to jail in the movie, are you?
No, not yet. Maybe the next one. I don't know about that, but not this one.
So when's this supposed to be coming out?
Well, from what I understand, they're going to try to have it released by the end of the summer. So I'm still waiting on official word. The producer sent me the new trailers the other day, but I'm not allowed to show them to anybody until they're officially released. So, but I gotta say, man, the trailers look awesome. They're professional. Looks like it's gonna be a great movie.
Cool beans. I can't wait to watch it. I mean, I got to say, I'm happy to call you one of my friends too, Jim.
Well, I appreciate that. I like y'all. Y'all pretty good folks. I like hanging around with y'all.
Yeah, when we have these events, man, we right over there with old Jim. He's a good one. We was down there in Morgan County, and uh, that was my roommate for a night down in Morgan County.
I'll tell you what, Jimmy, I appreciate you letting me stay with you at night, but next time I'm bringing hearing aids, or not hearing aids, but
Earplugs.
Why you bringing hearing aids for it?
I'm not hearing it. If I had a hearing aid, I'd have turned it off that night. Earplugs, that's what I was trying to say.
Why you need earplugs for? Was you snoring so loud you woke yourself up?
Hell, I couldn't snore at night. You're too busy talking to everybody in the world in your sleep. You told somebody they had to throw that toaster in the water, but make sure you wear your life vest over. Safety first here.
Well, we was out at the motel that night, we was kind of drinking a little bit out in the parking lot of the motel. So hard telling who I mean.
I remember who you were putting the life jacket on.
Yeah, I actually was putting the life jacket on Tickle, and I didn't want him to get drink. I didn't want him when he put the toaster in the water. I didn't want him to drown.
Well, I guess that would keep him from drowning for sure.
So
yeah, that was a fun weekend down there, brother. It sure was.
Yeah, and John Boy, he put on a great event down there in Morgan County. So, and but I mean, I'm anxious to. I got to get one of your books too, Jim. And does it got pictures in it?
I wouldn't able to put no pictures in this one. It was my first attempt, but I am gathering pictures up for the next one. So
I was fixing to say I don't read too good. I just look at pictures.
Well, me or Gino will read too. You want Gino?
We'll have to get you a book on tape.
I'm sorry?
Maybe they'll turn it into a book on tape and Jimmy can listen to it.
There you go. That's a good idea. Now, I was going to tell y'all a story. Y'all mentioned you're going up to the place in Radford in August.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine was up there doing some work for the owner of that place recently, and they was restoring some of the old plaster molding in the hallways, and they were getting the old pieces they could find to make a mold to reproduce it. And she said she was sitting there by herself working these pieces together. The owner had walked off and said, directly, this little boy walked up to her and said, "Hey, I found a few more pieces for you." And so they were sitting there putting them together, and she thanked him, and he walked off. About that time, the owner of the building come back, and she told him, said, "Hey, your son bought me a few more pieces of the mold." And he said, "What are you talking about? I ain't got no kids here with me or nothing. We're in this building by herself." That kind of freaked him out. Well, she was up there again about a week later and saw the kid again. And there happened to be an electrician there with her when the boy appeared. And they saw him. He walked down the hallway and just disappeared as they was watching him walk down the hallway. So I'm looking forward to y'all getting up there and seeing what you can find out about this little fella.
And this is in St. Albans, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah, up there in Radford, we are going.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I was telling you the other night that Jim was telling me, Gina.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories around St. Albans, and it's supposed to be extremely haunted. I had a crazy experience in the basement near the boiler room a few years back.
Well, she said the guy that owns it now is restoring the building, has told her a lot of different experiences he's had, noises, hearing people in the building when there was nobody else there and all that stuff. So I think y'all going to have a real good hunt on that one.
I'm excited.
And that's, when is it, you say, Gina?
That is next month, August, what did I say?
August 21st.
21st, yes.
So, and if y'all got any events that y'all might want Diamond Jim come to, look him up on Facebook too. He goes to all these events. He goes to Texas, Georgia, South Carolina, everywhere, don't you, Jim?
I've got about a dozen states I'm traveling to right now. These festivals hire me and stuff. And in fact, I talked to, there's one, I'm going to Missouri this year, so that's a new one going to be added onto my list. And I'm going up, if any of y'all's viewers are up around Standardsville or Charlottesville, I'll be up in Standardsville next weekend at the Greene County Farm and Livestock Show, I think is what it's called. So like I say, y'all come on out and visit.
Yeah. So you heard it from Jim. Come on out and visit him up there. You gonna be at the Hazard Fest too, ain't you, Jim?
Good Lord will, and I'll be right there. I've been playing Uncle Jesse for them folks since they first started this thing 4 or 5 years ago, and it's just getting bigger every year. It's amazing how that event's growing, and
It's
it's
huge.
like he was saying earlier, just the different celebrities you're going to see there. It's well worth the price of admission to get there and look around because it is a fun time.
Yeah. Are you gonna be at the Belleton celebration too?
Yes, sir. I'm due to be there too. So I see there's advertising y'all tonight. So good deal. We'll all be down there together too.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was telling Biggin, it's one big family. I mean, we got in this paranormal. We met all y'all good people, and heck, we just all sticking together, and Ewok, all of us, and so we got a couple of events that we supposed to be. I can't really say, but Ewok's supposed to be going with us on a certain one, him and Raven. So, and I mean, and just like you, I mean, you in the moonshining and all this other stuff, but you've been in the paranormal just like what we doing.
Oh yeah, I've not got to go out and do as many hunts as y'all, but I have prowled around a few old buildings in my time checking things out. So yeah, I love it. I love it.
Well, while we got you on here, Jim, tell us the scariest thing you ever seen or come across.
Oh wow. I'll tell you what, there's an old house up here in Salvo. It's an old stone house. It was built right around 1810. And it sat empty for quite a while. It was always, everybody ever lived there said that it was haunted. There was stuff in that house. Everybody I've ever known lived there told me that. Well, some friends of mine had came down from Roanoke. They had been known to do a little paranormal research themselves. So I took them to that old house one night. And we got into it, looked around the ground floor, nothing. We walked up to the second floor. The first thing I saw, there was a circle drawn in the floor, and there was ashes in the middle of it. Now, I didn't like the looks of that. I'd heard hell there had been some occult stuff going on up there, and I didn't want no part of that. So we checked, made sure nobody was there, and there was one more story to the house, and I started to go up the stairs to the third story, and about halfway up, it felt like somebody dumped a bucket of ice cold water on me. I mean, I got the awfulest feeling like something was fixing to pounce on me. Now, I'm a pretty good-sized boy, Jimmy. You see me. I sure ain't no lightweight. But I tell you what, I didn't want no part of whatever was on the third floor that night. I told them boys, I said, if y'all want to go up there, you're welcome to it. I'm going back out to the truck. So I come out there. I didn't like that feeling I was getting. That's the worst feeling I've ever got, I believe.
Yeah, it don't matter how big you are. When something like that come up on you, you can't. It's hard to fight off a spirit or something when it comes up on you like that.
So this house still standing?
Oh yeah, but it's been some rich folks bought it and done a lot of remodeling to it and everything. And I don't. Now one of the stories in my book talks about some experiences there in that house since then, seeing the spirit of a little girl there. And I'm not sure now who owns the thing. I'd have to do some research. A friend of mine did own it, but I'm thinking he sold it. I'm not sure who owns it now.
So,
but y'all will definitely see it. I'm doing some research, trying to find out who it belongs to, see if they allow a hunt up there, because there's been a lot of reports come out of that place.
Yeah, maybe we have to get together with you with what some of the stuff that you got in your book and do a reenactment of it and put a little reenact TV show together of it.
I like the sounds of that. Sounds good. Heck yeah.
And so, I mean, this right here, I mean, like I was telling somebody earlier, well, we was doing a little interview for our TV show. We was talking on our TV show, doing a little interview. Used to, back where I'm from, you didn't want to talk about paranormal because when you talked about paranormal, it was all devil whisper. Because, and now more of it's coming out, and people don't look at you like you a devil worshiper. I mean,
well, they still do sometimes.
Yeah, but not as bad.
You know, I was doing some this past fall. I was doing some guide service down in the Smokies, and I was taking groups out to Cates Cove. And one day I took a lady out there had the EMF meter and stuff.
I know.
And we were getting some high readings from a couple of spots out there. And I found a picture online a lady had took about the same time I was down there. And I know exactly where the picture's at, so I know there was a good picture. They didn't say it. There wasn't nothing there to cause this. But in the picture, there's looks like a woman, solid white, standing next to a tree. Looks like she's holding maybe a baby in her arms or something. And there's an orb further closer to the camera in the picture. Now, I've got that picture saved back. That's something I'm going to use in the next book. But and I know exactly where that picture was taken at. So I thought that's just fascinating. But you know, people ask me why did I go up here where I live out near Salvo. People says, why do you think there's so much paranormal activity going on there? Well, you stop and think about it. People's been living in this valley for over 20,000 years. There's been a lot of fighting. The natives that first come in here, they were fighting each other over the place. The Spanish soldiers come in here in 1567, wiped out the village. In their reports, they claimed they killed over 1,000 natives. And then, of course, there was 2 Civil War battles fought here over the salt, trying to shut the salt works down. There's been a lot of death in this valley. And I think that's the reason there's so much activity going on here.
Yeah.
Crystal just posted the link for your book. Anyone who wants to order that, you can get it off Amazon. And Crystal put the link up there too. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Or. Like I said, if any of y'all come out to festivals that we're going to be at, I usually try to have some books with me. Be glad to hand you one personally, and I'll even put my eggs in it for you if you want it.
Now, we got a place up here next to my house, Diamond Jim, and since 1972, I believe when it was, there's actually been 21 murders on that property.
Holy cow.
And a lot more before that. In the 1920s, they called it no man's land.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
And Peavine Railroad used to run through it. If you ever heard of the Peavine Railroad.
I have. I've not, what was it? Was it like a tavern there or something, or a bar? What was going on? There's so much fighting going on.
It was
Moonshine.
And we had there was moonshine on one side of the creek, and then you had nuns on the other side. The nuns went and reported the moonshiners, and the moonshiners went and burnt, I guess, boarded up the place and caught the place on fire and killed a bunch of the nuns. And then,
oh wow,
a big old. It was kind of like the Hatfield McCoys up there too. What's that?
Everybody up there listening, most moonshiners ain't like that. So, yeah, they are some bad apples in every barrel, though. So, that's a crazy story. I've never heard that before.
Yep. Do you guys believe that water is a battery of the paranormal?
Yes.
I've always heard that a spirit can't cross water. Have y'all ever heard that?
I hadn't heard that.
I've heard that for years. That a spirit, some people would, like they'd build their house on one side of a creek if they thought a place had bad stuff going on or something. They said they always heard that spirits could not cross water. And I don't know if they do that or not. But then something else I come across in my research, which it's near and dear to me, the salt. A lot of people believe salt was a protection against witchcraft. They sprinkle it around their doors, jambs, and around the window sills. And they said that bad magic or whatever, black magic couldn't cross over that threshold. So I've been making these little salt charms for people to wear around their necks too to ward off the bad spirits and such.
Yep. Wayne Ricker said, do you know Steve Ricker?
Yeah, I'm afraid I do know Steve Ricker. Know him pretty well. Darn good feller.
Yep, that's my dad. He asked. I told him here a while back you knew Steve. We have a lot of haunted bridges here in
Maryland.
Yeah, I talked to Steve. We messaged each other on here just a couple days ago, and he told me be sure and come by and see him next time I'm down that way.
Yep, my dad and Steve used to work together for a long time, and they were real good friends too. And we kind of.
I bet your dad did most of the work in, didn't he?
I doubt that. But all right. I mean, Jim, is there anything else that you done and like to tell us and let these fine folks on our page in Appalachian Means here?
Well, like I say, the past 10 years, I've concentrated. All I do is these festivals and stuff. And I travel. I've got 10, 12 states in the Southeast I travel to. And so, like I say, anywhere we're at, I try to advertise we're going to be there. So I hope folks come out and see us and talk to us. And I'm looking forward to doing stuff with y'all and doing some hunts with y'all and stuff. So I like what y'all out there. If y'all never got to meet Jimmy and Gina, and I'm sorry, I can't think of your other buddy's name. Is it Jeff?
Jeff. We got Jeff and Lori. Lori's the newest one on the team too. Kathy and Brittany. You met Kathy and Brittany down at Morgan County.
These are darn good folks, y'all. So y'all check out their new show on Real TV and keep up with their videos on here. They're doing some good work, and I'm looking forward to doing stuff with them.
Let's see. I can't hardly read these comments. Gina, I'm going to have to post them. And
don't use salt outside. Bad for the organisms in the soil. Crushed eggshells work the same as salt to aid in protection. I didn't know that.
Eggshells.
Yeah, I've used eggshells on the roses, but
that's interesting.
Yep.
I appreciate whoever said
that. Who said that?
Don Taylor.
Yeah. So you go have to start putting some eggshells in the necklace too.
Well, I've got my daughter had a couple hundred chickens. Maybe I can get a couple eggs off of her. Punch up a few shells.
But everybody look up Diamond Jim. Let's see. Do you have a certain Facebook page that you go by, Jim?
Well, my Facebook page is under my name, Jim Boardwine, Bordwine. It's easy to find mine. My profile picture is me and my son together at a festival, and there's a Confederate flag embossed over the picture, so it's pretty easy to find. Love to hear from y'all.
And you also do a little bit of the Hillbillies and Holler too, don't you?
Yes, sir. I'm a member of Hillbillies in the Holler. For ones y'all ain't familiar with that, we're a comedy group based out of Pigeon Forge or Boogertown down there, really. And we do good old-fashioned family comedy like the old Hee Haw show. I tell folks, you can bring your grandma or your grandkids up to hear us, and you ain't going to be afraid of what you're going to hear. In fact, that's something else will be part of Hazard Fest this year is Hillbillies in the Holler. So y'all be sure to come out and see us. We've got our first comedy CD out. We're working on some other stuff, and I don't want to talk too much about some of the things we've got in the works, but we've got a lot of irons in the fire right now trying to get ourselves out there.
Yep. Yeah, because I've been trying to talk to Biggin a little bit about it too, and trying to do different things, helping out and try to get some of the work out.
We do appreciate that, no doubt about it.
So, but everybody check out Jim, check out Hillbillies in the Holler. They've got a YouTube page too, Facebook page, and check Outlaw Paranormal out. My arm's getting tired holding this phone up right here. So everybody, y'all have a good night. Appreciate everybody staying on here with us and coming back on here watching. So if anybody knows any haunted locations, please look up Outlaw Paranormal, send us a message. Hey, knock on our doorstep, we be there. So everybody take care. Have a good one. God bless you all.
Good night.
Hi, everybody.